Yo, what's up guys, Soup here. So today I'm going to be commentating over my first RuneScape 2007 quest guide. I'm going to be doing quest guides of every single RS 2007 quest there is, just to help you guys out since there are not many on YouTube with commentary, and I figured I love doing quests, so I might as well help you guys out. Yo, what's up guys, Soup here. Today we're doing the quest, the Fremennik Trials, Waterfall quest guide, Monkey Madness for you guys, Regicide, Merlin's Crystal, Nature's Spirits, Dragon Slayer, the Chicken. Okay, today we're doing the quest. Yo, what's up guys, Soup here. Yo, what's up guys, Soup here.
This is like a soap quest guide or something. Probably Soap wrote this on the wiki. And now he's wasting my time.
It's been over 5 years since we've been graced with the presence of the ThirdAgeFilm quest guides. In those 5 years, they've been called every bad name in the book. I mean, just watch them, it really shouldn't surprise you. Are you a streamer and want some laughs from your chat? Make a Soup quest guide joke. Are you craving some Reddit karma on 2007scape? Just make a post roasting Soup's quest guides. Want your tweet to get some retweets? You know what to do. And I mean, I don't blame you. I've done it myself and I found great success. In today's video, we're going to count down the 10 worst ThirdAgeFilm quest guides. Now, I know what you're thinking, but all of ThirdAgeFilm's quest guides were terrible. Well, you're not wrong, but that kind of video would take a terribly long time to make, and Elkin's already making fun of me for not playing my hardcore enough, so I really just don't have that kind of time. If somebody does make that video, however, I'd give major props, major kudos. Anyways, without further ado, here's my number 10. At number 10, we have Death Plateau coming in with a whopping 817 dislikes, and you have a reason to be mad over this one. In this quest guide, Soup consistently calls Birth or Birth Rope throughout the entire video.
This quest can be started by speaking to a man up in Birth Rope.
Definitely an annoying experience for those who know how to correctly pronounce it. Towards the end of the guide, Soup actually loses the footage for one of the major parts of the quest guide where players need to climb up the side of Trollheim Mountain and wait for a message to appear on their screen. Instead of re-recording the walk up the mountain, he decides to quickly go over what he believes to be the correct way to end the quest. He instead rushes through his answer and actually gives out false information. This isn't the first time he's forgotten footage and doesn't re-record anything. With unnecessary skips, stuttering, and lazy editing, this deserves the number 10 spot. The Fremennik Isles comes in at number 9 with over 929 dislikes. Around 5 minutes in the guide, Soup decides to leave out the part where you have to speak to Slug, a spy working for the King of Yatizo. He instead goes to Monis and keeps on recording like nothing was skipped over. Typical. He also never once mentioned how to travel between Natizna and Yatizo. Watchers of the guide were stuck wondering how he was traveling between the two places so quickly with absolutely no explanation. The main reason this quest comes in at number 9 though is not because he decided for some reason to tell people they need a cat speak amulet, but because of the amount of sniffling this man does during the guide. Another common theme of the ThirdAgeFilm quest guide, the sniffling that he refuses to edit out. I mean, who doesn't edit something like that out? At number 8, we have Ghosts AHOY. Though the ratings aren't as bad as the last two, 580 is still quite a bit. Any watchers of ThirdAgeFilm's quest guides know the feeling of seeing a quest with lots of required items because you just know that Soup is going to forget something, and Ghosts AHOY is no exception. Not only does Soup forget to tell everybody that you need a spade for the part at Dragontooth Isle, scamming viewers out of thousands of Ecto tokens, but also for some reason decided to tell everybody that the oak longbow required for the quest is optional, even though it is 100% needed. He also doesn't explain how to make nettle tea and instead already has it pre-made in his inventory without explaining how and why. For a quest like Ghosts AHOY where you're in quite an annoying area of the game already, this is unacceptable and definitely deserves the number 8 spot. The next two guides on our list are two guides that had to be taken off of YouTube due to the furiousness of the comments and the incompetence of the guide maker. The Tourist Trap is one of those quests that nobody enjoys doing. You're required to run to the middle of the desert, you have to worry about desert heat, having no food or water skins, you're not close to any banks, lots of running, just an annoying quest overall. You want to know what would make it worse? Watching a ThirdAgeFilm quest guide of it. The guide had over 380 dislikes when it was taken off of YouTube, and for a good reason. In the final parts of the quest, players must speak to a guard to get out of the mining camp. For some reason, Soup decides that tell everybody the wrong option and doesn't edit out the mistake. Players are then sent away to the mines and are forced to mine 15 ore before being able to leave, adding on an extra 5 to 10 minutes to an already extremely annoying quest. I mean, no wonder this video was deleted. For the 20,000 of you that watched the DIGSITE quest guide before it was taken down, I'm sorry. The DIGSITE is also one of those quests that requires a lot of running back and forth between different areas and many items that are needed but can only be acquired during the quest. Man, all of the desert treasure prerequisites really suck, don't they? If you miss a step in the DIGSITE and you've already run somewhere thinking you're doing the right thing, then you've got a long run back to the spot and a lot of time to think about how much you hate Third Age Film. In one of the important parts of the quest, you need to use your trowel to find an artifact and then take it back to the expert at the exam center. Once you've shown him the artifact, he'll give you your certificate. The certificate is needed to carry on with the next steps of the quest. Well, guess what? Everything I just said was left out of the quest guide. Yep, the man really doesn't care. He also frequently says these two words throughout the guide.
I believe.
These two words should never ever be mentioned in a quest guide. Ever. I mean, come on. The waterfall quest comes in at number 5.
I just had an awkward encounter with the guy I ordered Egg Roll King for, which is the Chinese place near us. And I gave him a $2 tip, but he was like, that's not enough. I'm like, bitch, I don't want to spend any more money, alright? I'm playing 2007 RS, and you give me my Egg Roll King. So that was funny.
With over 325,000 views and over 1,500 dislikes, you know you're in for a treat with the comment section. The waterfall quest is already a pretty frustrating quest. Most accounts that do this quest are a low level, so getting killed leads to a long and annoying walk back up to the waterfall area. At the halfway mark in the guide, around 2 minutes of footage just straight up disappears. Even though he does add an annotation explaining what to do, it still isn't enough. Users with annotations turned off are now forced to spend extra time figuring out what to do, and others are left struggling to get through an already difficult part of the quest. The biggest question is though, why did he even upload this guide when there was so much footage that was corrupted? Was there no post-production watch of the guide before the upload? It's a question we'll never know the answer to. But still, unacceptable. Regicide comes in at number 4. I'll just let this clip explain what really happens in this guide.
I'm gonna kill a rabbit right now, just because I think you need the rabbit meat for later, so... At this point, you're gonna need some inventory spaces, so get rid of everything you don't need. I don't know why I have that raw rabbit, to be honest.
Yep, that pretty much sums it all up. Once again, Soup does forget to mention that you need a plank, but that's not even the worst part of the guide. The worst part is how much he struggles in the forest area. Lots of unedited footage used in the guide shows him struggling to find certain shortcuts and areas. Now, keep in mind, this was before third-party clients were a thing, so the shortcuts were a lot more annoying to find, but for a guide, this really isn't an excuse. Telling people they can charter when they can't, forgetting a plank, getting lost in the woods, yeah, not really what you want to see from a Regicide quest guide. I think it's best we end this one as soon as possible. Ah, the good old underground pass. I'm sure many of you guys are waiting for this one to show up on the list. To be honest, after going through the comments, it really wasn't as bad as I thought. One of the main jokes I get all the time about my guides is how I forgot the plank and underground pass, yet I pick a plank up 6 minutes into the guide and keep it for the rest of the video. So that sort of confused me, but either way, we're throwing this one in at number 3 because of the pure frustration people feel when doing this quest. And watching a Third Age Film guide may have not relieved any of that frustration. Around 25 minutes in, he tells viewers to head south, even though the player is supposed to go west, confusing and wasting everybody's time. Good old sense of direction from the man himself. The underground pass is already such a miserable area, and with the mistakes made in the underground pass quest guide, there's a reason it's so high on this list. At number 2, we have Murder Mystery. Now, I know what you're thinking. How badly can you mess up a guide on Murder Mystery? Well, you'll see. First of all, he scuffs up directions and dialogue multiple times in this video, which, let's be honest, is typical at this point. But the worst part, the absolute worst part, comes at 5 minutes and 37 seconds when he decides to show himself using a framed quest guide.
7 pieces is all you need. And you're going to be using the fly paper to...
I mean, bruh, you had one job. This is the reason why this quest guide is so high on this list. For this exact reason. I mean, what was he thinking? Why not take 10 seconds to cut out that part? Why didn't you think framed? Why are you such a terrible... Like, seriously. So, we've made it to number 1 on the list. Recipe for Disaster was the 100th quest to be released into RuneScape, and Jagex sure made it a memorable one. Composed of 10 subquests where players must prepare meals for certain NPCs, it's one of the most memorable, if not the most memorable quest in the game. Some of the gloves you unlock for finishing the subquest to this day are still some of the best gloves in the game. Now, the guide itself actually has been pretty highly rated, almost 400,000 views, over 4,400 likes on the video compared to 482 dislikes. To be honest, the guide is pretty good up until the final subquest. What ThirdAgeFilm does here is so dirty, so sneaky that to this day it makes me sick to my stomach. During the King AHOY subquest, players must travel to Plateau and at a certain point use their knife on a red banana. Now, getting to Plateau is a subquest on its own, especially back when Old School was first released. The whole process of traveling with Dyro then walking to Plateau took like 2 to 3 minutes. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you needed a knife to cut the red banana, but what ThirdAgeFilm doesn't tell you is that he actually forgot his knife and brought a chisel instead. At 1 hour, 26 minutes and 38 seconds, he does this. Did you see it? The man actually cuts the footage to pretend like he had a knife the entire time. The worst part? He acts like nothing is wrong, and he had it the whole time. Just absolutely disgusting. Unbelievable. That kind of hiding the truth and sneakiness definitely deserves #1 spot on this top 10 list. And that's it. That closes out the top 10 list, guys. I want to thank you all for watching this far. If you did, it was really fun to put this together. I hope you guys got a laugh or two out of it. It was just sort of funny to me and myself too, and just rewatch myself from 5 years ago. It was, yeah, I'm sure you guys weren't expecting the video, but, you know, somebody mentioned it to me, and I'm like, that's actually kind of a good idea to do this. So once again, if you guys did enjoy the video, please drop a like, leave your comment as to, I guess, other experiences you guys have had with my quest guides, good or bad. I want to hear all of them. I want to relive the old, the old days and stuff. So thank you guys all for watching. Hope to see you next time. Have a good one, and peace.